What's this feeling in my head? Will I feel at home again? Going back to the place I know. I've been told no place like home.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Heartful of Hallmark. I am so excited to be joined here today by Julien. Thank you for coming on.
Hi, of course. Thanks for having me.
Yes, and we are so excited to talk about all things Paris is always a good idea. So let's get
Yes,
things kicked off here.
let's
So
do it.
my first question is Sebastian is described as the fire of Chelsea's past. So what did that description mean to you as you were building that character?
Yeah, so that's something actually that the director had to remind me a lot of. Like they have to she had to remind me a lot that I was the
Yeah.
fire because my instinct usually when it comes to romantic relationship is to be just more
Mhm.
casual, very low key and I find that it's easy to get into the cliche of the
Yeah.
seduction dude, especially he's French. And I also feel like there's a fine line between being seductive, pushy,
Mhm.
and then a little creepy. And
Yeah.
so this is a line that I just really did not want to cross. So I think when I first delivered the scene, when we were first like shooting it,
Mhm.
I might have pulled back a little bit because I was like, I don't want
Yeah.
he's not a creep.
Mhm.
Um, and then Emer, our director, was kind of like, "Hey, you're the fire. Like, you gotta be like more passionate about it." I was like, "Okay." And so eventually, I found my way of doing it. And I think the main thing, which in the episode, you do
Mhm.
see that he has some sort of an ulterior motive,
Okay.
but it's not quite that. He
Mhm.
genuinely likes uh, Chelsea.
Chelsea,
Genuinely.
yeah.
He just
Yeah.
happens to have also a favor to ask. And once I understood that I was like, no, 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 no. You're not
Mhm.
playing her. You genuinely want to be with her. You just happen to have an extra little thing to ask. Then I
Yeah.
was able to kind of like give out more of the fire and
Mhm.
more of the, just like I want you type of
Yeah.
behavior. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of like you give her like almost like that spark of life, like with that relationship, I feel like.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
And
French people are have a little bit of that
yeah.
um caricature of being very passionate.
Mhm. Yes, City of Love, so I can't wait to see
Exactly.
like all the places that you guys go to and how it plays out.
It's beautiful.
And I'm sure it is. And you've experienced both sides of Hallmark with getting to do the Christmas movie, An Alpine Christmas, and also a series with Paris is Always a Good Idea.
Yeah.
So, how did filming a series differ from filming a movie with them?
Well, there are a lot of similarities. One of the things that I think really blew my mind on um Chris an Alpine Holiday,
Hmm.
it was my first Hallmark project, and I was kind of like mind blown by how everybody on the project was nice, from the actors to the directors to the producers to anybody, like everybody on the crew.
Yeah.
And I've never been on a set where everybody's nice like that. And
Hmm.
so at first I was like, well, that's because I'm the lead of this movie. I'm the main love interest, right? Of
Yeah.
course you have Ashley, who same was just like
Hmm.
I I it's a funny story, but like I didn't know who Ashley was when I got on the project. And so, when my manager was like, "Oh, you're working with Ashley Williams. She's
Hmm.
like up there for Hallmark." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
really?" So, as any big stars, I was expecting a little bit of just like, do your work, I do my work, and we'll see each other on
Hmm.
set, but not at all. Like it was just like a little family right away, super welcoming.
Yeah.
Same with Lacey, who I worked with. We're still in touch once in a while with Lacey.
Hmm.
She's awesome. And so on the show, on the film, it was just long days, 3 weeks of filming, and everybody was nice. Everybody was in good
Hmm.
spirit, and it was just nonstop. Also, Alpine Holiday, we did different locations close to every day. Like we shot in a
Yeah.
lot of different places. So that was the main thing. I was like, I'm needed for most of the scenes. I'm there, I'm turned on, and I'm just like ready to work all the time. But with the show, Paris is always a good idea. The similarity was that again, everybody on set was amazing.
Hmm.
Everybody on set was super nice. The actresses, the actors. Uh, Again, funny story. I got to Paris the day before my fitting,
Hmm.
and it's the night before my fitting that I found out who was the lead of Paris is Always a Good
Oh,
Idea,
wow.
which was Lacey. So I accepted this project without
Hmm.
knowing that Lacey Chabert was attached to it.
Yeah.
And doesn't sound very good, but because I grew up in France, I didn't know who Lacey was. So I have my manager text me out, and she was like, "Hold on,
Hmm.
you're gonna be with Lacey Chabert?" I was like, "Yeah," and she's like, "This is insane." She's like,
Hmm.
"Top, top, top." And so the next day I met Lacey, and same, it was just like so nice. And then I
Hmm.
met Scott, and right away, like we ended up all eating together and just like, sharing jokes, and like it was just became like there was no such
Yeah.
thing as like we're the leads and you're supporting. Like there's
Hmm.
none of that. And everybody treats you again like so so nice. The ads, the director worked with you. I mean, Hallmark for me, I even emailed them. I was like,
Yeah.
guys, you guys, anytime you need me, I'll be here because of how
Hmm.
good you treat us. Like it's very very rare being in worked in on other production. Like you don't
Hmm.
get treated like that. And then what would be different is because I have a supporting role here, I'm not needed as much. So, I had like 3 days, then nothing for 2 weeks, like another
Hmm.
4 days, and nothing for a week. Then so it felt more like I'm working a little bit, then I'm on vacation, and then I'm working a little bit, then I'm on
Yeah.
vacation. Whereas um Alpine Holiday was
Hmm.
22 days nonstop, very long days, and then we're done.
Yeah, no, but it's incredible to hear like how wonderful the sets are on these Hallmark movies. I've heard time after
Oh,
time from actors that everybody is just so sweet. And
oh my
I've
God.
met like Ashley Williams. I actually just saw her a couple days ago. She was doing like this live on tour event for Hallmark, and she is like the most funny person,
Oh,
so
she's
sweet,
hilarious.
down to earth. Like she's the best. Like you've
Yeah.
definitely hit the
She
jackpot.
she is hilarious. And we just like sometimes send each other TikTok videos
Yeah.
that we find are funny. We had a day where we were driving for about 2 hours in Bulgaria from our sets to back to the
Hmm.
hotel, and we had like that night before we wrapped at 4 a.m. and we had to be back on set the next morning, so we were really really tired.
Yeah.
And I started to watch. I was just like completely tuned out. I was watching some TikTok videos, and from being tired, I just started to just cry from laughter. One of those
Yeah. Delirious.
that hurt, yeah, delirious that hurts your stomach. And then she starts to see me bawling because I can't stop laughing. So she
Oh
watches the
no.
video, and then she starts to laugh and cry from laughing. And Ashley has such a contagious laugh that it made me laugh
Mhm.
even more. And yeah, I mean, it was just like I have really some fun memories with her, and
Yeah.
everybody is just amazing.
Yeah, you've gotten to work with so many great Hallmark actors,
Oh my God,
actresses.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without even knowing, so I got really
Yes.
lucky there, so.
And with Lacey, not only is she starring in this series, but she's also serving as the executive producer. So what was it like getting to work with her in that type of setting?
Yeah, I mean, so for someone who's carrying the entire show and is in every single scene, she's just sweet. Sweet. Like, I don't think I've ever seen her even be 1% mean to anybody. Like, it's just sweet, patient, ready to work.
Yeah.
There's never a moment where she doesn't know her lines. Like it's a superpower. Like
Mhm.
obviously she didn't have a life for those 2.5, 3 months of filming. She was just like
Yeah.
filming all day, back at home, working on the next scene. Like at some
Mhm.
point ran into her at the gym, and she was on the treadmill with this thick
Oh
book of
my
all the scenes, and she's
goodness.
just going over it and over again. Um, yeah, she's great, and you know, I mostly saw the actor role that she had. I didn't really see
Mhm.
her into the executive producers because that's usually more post, so that's usually like
Yeah.
after filming. Um, but yeah, I don't know how she did it, but
Yeah.
she was able to do it, and just, you know, very heavy dialogues, and
Mhm.
we're we didn't film in order, so, you know, you're thinking about, okay,
Yeah.
what's my relationship with this person at this time, and then what's happened, and she's just juggling, and she's
Mhm.
just graceful throughout the entire process. So,
Yeah, she makes
um,
it so seamless, like, every time. Like, I don't know how she does it.
yeah, but then again, like I always come back to this. It's just like, how can somebody be this nice
I
and
know.
be this famous, and just like I
Yeah.
was just yeah, I think it's just like whatever Hallmark is doing, they
Mhm.
nailed it, because they have people that really enjoy working for them as actors and as directors, and all the
Mhm.
production company they use are just super nice. And yeah, I mean, you become a fan of Hallmark because you're like,
Yeah.
whatever you guys are doing, you're putting feel good content, you're working with feel good
Mhm.
people, nobody is mean, and what else do you want? Like, what else do you want from an acting
Exactly.
standpoint, you know?
Yeah, and I had a laugh. I don't know if you saw in the first episode, there was this moment between Chelsea and Knightley where he was like, "You're the meanest person I've ever met." It was like,
Yeah.
that is so not her.
No, that's not her. No, not at all.
And we get to see some flashback scenes with
Yes.
your character and Chelsea, like having fun, dancing, living life to the fullest in Paris. So, what is one place in France that you will never get tired of visiting?
I think it probably has to be my hometown, you know, where I grew up. Um, I live in LA now, and I've lived in LA for 14 years. Before that, I was in Canada for 4.5 years. So I left France and my hometown when I was 17.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, obviously that's where I grew up. So I have all these
Yeah.
memories of, like, you know, this ice cream shop and this street. So I would say Lyon, which is, you know, for those of you who don't know, it's
Mhm.
the culinary capital of the world. It's the second biggest city after Paris. And it's a beautiful city. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably that. I enjoy Paris, but at a small dose. It's too big, it's too
Mhm.
crowded. I'm not a fan of the metro there. Um, and I think as a French person, it's just different. You know,
Mhm.
it has that magic, but like I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'd much rather go to like a small village
Mhm.
where like that's more my thing about France. So whenever I meet people, they say, I've been to France, and they say like, I've been to Paris. And I'm like, okay, well, if you've already done Paris, try to go in the countryside.
Mhm.
Try to see like
Yeah.
real France, you know?
Yeah, get to see more of, like, those small town vibes and really get to know
Yeah,
the community. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
And with this show, every great romance has fans picking sides, so we have a
Mm.
couple of different teams. So why do you think fans should be on team Sebastian?
I think because, man, that's a good question. Because it's fire, right?
Yes.
He's the fire. So it keeps you alive, it keeps you on your toes. These are fiery relationships. So, you know, I would say that. And I think hopefully when people after seeing episode 3, they'll just realize that he also is a sensitive guy, and
Mhm.
he yeah, it's somebody who stays like true to himself, even all of the success, because he's gonna get some success in like the photography world. um but it's it's hard to say
Yeah.
why would they pick Team Sebastian. I reading the script, I pick Team Jason.
Yeah.
So, you know, as me, as Sebastian, I'm like, Team Jason, he's great. So, I was like, for anybody who likes a fiery guy, then yeah, Team
Mhm.
Sebastian. But
Yeah, and I do have to say it is called Paris is Always a Good Idea, and she does
yeah,
meet you in Paris, so
she does.
there's that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
What was it like getting to be involved in a series with multiple timelines, flashback scenes, and also being involved in the present time? Do you have, like, a scene that you're really looking forward to fans seeing?
Yeah. So there's something actually that I pitched to the director, all the flashback scenes takes place about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the show, when you see like everything happening, takes place in like 2025. And the beginning of each episode where you see Lacey recording, that's 2026.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's actually present.
Mm-hmm.
In the flashback scene, you will notice that my accent is thicker.
Mm.
So I
Okay.
want to tell the fans that is a choice that I made. I did not forget my accent by accident, because I talked to the director and my character when we first meet him back in 2015. He's born in France, raised in
Mm-hmm.
France, just like me. And eventually, when he gets accepted in his program, he goes in an English-speaking country, just like me. Eventually, your accent changes.
Mm-hmm.
I know I don't sound fully American, but I also don't sound fully French. So I said, what if, in the current timeline, the new timeline, like 2025,
Mm-hmm.
2026, may I use my own accent? Because that way it would show the fact that he lived abroad and that he's, gone to New York and all that stuff. And I think it makes sense. She's like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was just one thing for me to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, that's the beauty of being an actor. You just show up and there's somebody in your ear telling you,
Yep.
this is where we're at in the script. This is what's happened before. This is what's happening after. And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
got it. So juggling the flashbacks are fairly easy for us. I think it's way
Mm-hmm.
harder for directors and producers. And then one of the scenes that I really like, well, two of them. We have a scene where I am directing a modeling shoot as a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And in my 20s, I did a lot of modeling, so I was the model. So it was fun for me to play the photographer and get inspired by photographers that I work with. But
Yeah.
I purposely portray a photographer that I wish I worked with.
Mm-hmm.
Some photographers can be very pretentious because they're photographers and they can talk to a model like they're less than
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And so that's not how I wanted to come off as me portraying a photographer. So, somebody who knows his stuff and but still is not like
Mm-hmm.
just, you take control of your set, but you're not a D-bag. So that would be one. And then the other scene is like we have this very long scene at some point with Chelsea and
Mm-hmm.
where Sebastian surprised her on a date. It's not quite the date that Chelsea expected. And we finally understand why he's kind of been
Mm-hmm.
so into it. And yeah, it's a long 4-page scene. And from an acting standpoint, it was like, there's no space for errors. So you just got to know your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of back and forth. It's emotionally, it starts in a specific way and it ends in a completely different way.
Yeah.
So you have to motivate it. And so that was like, just from a pure acting standpoint, like that was I like that scene a lot
Mm-hmm.
because that was the
Yeah.
big one. And that was the one where I was
Mm-hmm.
like, that's the one I got to nail. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully I did.
Yeah, that's neat though, hearing how you got to like have your own like creative spin on it and that Hallmark allowed you to apply it to your character.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
I love playing French, but
Mm-hmm.
in some of the other projects that I've worked on, I'm not French. I play
Mm-hmm.
more of a mixed ethnicity, and there was also a selfish part of me that wanted to show the Hallmark audience
Mm-hmm.
that I can be something else in French. I don't have to
Yeah.
be the French tour guide from an Alpine
Mm-hmm.
holiday and the French lover from Paris is always a good idea. I will always
Yeah.
embrace my Frenchness, but
Mm-hmm.
I could be something else. And so there was also a way of being like, it makes sense with the story, but
Mm-hmm.
also this is what I sound like.
Yeah, yeah, that's really neat. And if Sebastian could plan the perfect date for Chelsea anywhere in the world, where would he take her?
So that would not be the date that Sebastian took her on.
Yeah.
It would probably Oh, that's a good question. Perfect date for Chelsea. I think it would be taking her down memory lane, and it would be most likely a date that would resemble where they first met and how they first connected. Because you'll see, and I mean,
Hmm.
as we can see in the first part of the episode where there's all the flashback, whatever's going on between them is like deep.
Yes.
And it's very raw to who they are. It's in
Hmm.
nature, it's simple. And now Chelsea is, handling $50 million deals for the ACC, and then
Hmm.
Sebastian is this very known photographer. So to me, what would feel right is if Sebastian took her back to where they met, or just created a date that's simple with none of the glam, none of all that
Yeah.
stuff. Just simple, them two, and a connection.
Hmm.
I would say
No,
that.
that sounds perfect. Yes. I think Chelsea would really like that.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but you filmed both of your projects in France, correct? Like that you've done for Hallmark?
Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
part of it. Part of the production
Part
was
of
in
it?
France. Yeah.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I was gonna say, since you got to work in France for some of them and showcase like your home country, how special and meaningful was that to you?
Yeah. So this is a very special story for me. It's so Alpine Holiday, we shot a lot of it in Bulgaria, and then we shot
Hmm.
in the actual Alp. We actually shot in Chamonix, which is like one of the best station to go ski, and I've actually been there. So going back as an actor, experiencing this was very, very
Hmm.
special. And then Paris is always a good idea. We
Hmm.
shot in Paris, and we shot also in Spain. But I think I have to take you back to, this was what, 20, we're in 2025. No, 2026. I shot in 2025, so that means 2024. So
Hmm.
from 2020 to 2024, I really tried everything I could to get an agent in Europe,
Hmm.
because I felt that as a French actor living in California, I was missing out on opportunities of American production
Hmm.
shooting in Europe. It's true that there
Yeah.
are a lot of French actors
Hmm.
already in Europe, but I was like, I feel like I'm missing out. And I
Hmm.
tried my hardest every year to try to find an agent in Europe. And 2020, I emailed maybe 15 of them. No. 2021, I emailed. And once a year, I would sit down on my computer, go through a list, figure out a bunch of agents, and just email, email, email.
Hmm.
Now, as my career grew in the United States with more
Hmm.
roles, I eventually reached out to uh, an agency where one of the issues that I was running into is that the European agents were just very close-minded, and that if you are not a European local, they don't want to work with you,
Mm.
despite the fact that most of auditions are through videos.
Yeah.
So I eventually found this one agency that I saw on their roster had talents in Canada and in the United States, and they also had um, a head office in Paris and in London.
Hmm.
And when I get on their profile, there's a list of agents. I don't know which one I'm going to email.
Yeah.
And so I decide to email the one that's named Jessica, simply because my girlfriend's name is Jessica. So I write Jessica. And I send an email showing everything I've done and what I'm trying to accomplish. And
Hmm.
Jessica answers within 30 minutes. And she's like,
Wow.
love your profile. We she's like, I'm in charge of the US territory,
Hmm.
but here is our French agent putting you in contact. So I finally connect with the French agent. Turns out this agent and I have mutual friends. Very convenient.
Hmm.
Turns out he had saw me prior in the holiday. So, and when he saw me, he said, huh, who is this? Which was, 2019. So we're now in 2024 talking. So he signs me. And the reason I wanted that, it's because I kept telling myself, like, man, how cool would it be to shoot in France?
Mhm.
Like, even though I'm now French and American, I'm like, this is where I grew up. Like, this is my country. Like, how cool would it be? I finally get this French agent, and the first audition I get from them is an Alpine holiday, and I booked it.
Wow. That's
So
awesome.
fast forward 2025, 5 years later, I'm doing it. I am
Mhm.
filming in Europe exactly the way I wanted, thanks to me finding a local agent. And when I spoke to the producers of that film,
Mhm.
there's two ladies, super nice, and this is exactly what I said. It was like, we auditioned a lot of French guys in Europe, but a lot of them don't understand American rom-coms. They don't understand
Mhm.
the acting style of it. And also, a lot of them are very hard to understand. And when we need a French guy to be in most of the scenes, it's important for us that our American audience can understand when he's saying what he's saying when he's speaking in English with a French accent. And that's something
Yeah.
that I've worked on a lot. I can
Mhm.
sound French the way you can understand me as an American
Mhm.
speaker. And I think that's what set me apart for that specific film. And then down the line, Paris is Always a Good Idea came along, and I still auditioned for it. Obviously, casting knew me. The Hallmark casting didn't know me. I sent in a tape, and 2 days later, it was like, oh yeah, we've already worked with you, and
Mhm.
this I understood what this character was doing. I was like, this is great. And so, um, yeah, it was just special. To answer your question, what's special
Yeah.
about filming there is just the journey, because it's something that I
Mhm.
really wanted, and I didn't give up, and I tried for 4 years of no's, 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 and then it worked, and then two jobs, and I was like, I knew
Mhm.
it. I knew it. So
Yes.
this is like a very big personal victory for me.
Mhm. I'm sure, like, it's always wonderful when your hard work pays off, which it clearly has for you, and getting to
Yeah.
work with a company like Hallmark, like, it couldn't get any better than
Oh my
this to
God.
be
Yeah.
such
Yeah.
a wonderful company. But I
Mm.
was so excited when I saw that you got cast for this part because I loved your role in An Alpine Holiday. I was like, "I really hope
Thank
they
you.
bring him back."
Yeah, I know. I had so much fun, and
Yeah.
I was like, this was my first Hallmark. If it's my last,
Mhm.
great. And if there are more, absolutely. And I got lucky, then there's
Yeah.
another one, and I'm hoping there are
Mhm.
more to come. But same with Alpine Holiday,
Mhm.
he could Frederick could be a little pushy sometimes, and I have to find a way to make it charming.
Mhm. Yes, and it's really nice how Hallmark is very, like, loyal to their fan base and, like, they kind of know their audience, and they bring back people, so I'm sure that
Yeah.
that's good for you as well.
Well, hopefully people like Sebastian and
Yes.
they want to see more of me in more projects.
Yes. And my next question is about Holiday. So
Yeah.
for Holiday, you got to do some scenes with Emma Roberts, and it was
Yeah.
full of witty banter. So what was it like getting to work with her and just building that dynamic together?
Yeah. So that's the type of project where you get more of I want to say like a realistic experience
Mhm.
of what it's like on other sets. Again, Luke, who plays her main counterpart,
Yeah.
and Emma were very, very nice. Luke, I
Mhm.
had more talks with, because the thing is, Emma, I'm not sure if she was also executive producing this, but Emma was just busy. Like, she was just like
Mhm.
busy. She comes in for a scene, you do the scene, but then she has to run to do something else. So I didn't get to spend like a lot of good quality time with Emma the way I did with Lacey or with Ashley and Lacey.
Mhm.
So um so I wish I could answer that a little bit better. I didn't have a bad experience, and I didn't
Mhm.
have an amazing experience. It was just like,
Yeah.
I came in, I was here for,
Mhm.
I was there for like 2, 3 days. I did my scenes. Then I
Mhm.
came back to do the other scene in the Halloween thing, and that's it. And it's like, hi Julian, yeah, you know lines, great. This is what we want. Boom, 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 boom. You do your thing. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
We'll see you on your way. They're moving on. So um, it was great. But I mean,
Yeah.
it was fun because I got to play again a typical French man.
Mhm.
Um, And I remember the director wanted me to be more French, and he was like, "Be more French and be more French." And, da, da, da," and in my mind, I was like, I don't understand what that means. Like,
Yeah.
you know? So I mean, eventually we found it, and yeah, it was great, and I think we got very lucky because that movie was during prime COVID, so it did
Mhm.
so good. And it's a
Yeah.
fun movie, to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
so happy that I got a part of this.
Yeah, it definitely is a great Christmas comedy for sure.
Oh my God, yeah, yeah. And
Mhm.
also Emma Roberts, she's very funny. So
Mhm.
whatever we were throwing at, just her facial expressions, the way she was like answering, it's very easy for us after that as supporting characters to just like
Mhm.
take that and then
Yeah.
like play with it.
Yeah. And then the next thing that I have is our this or that game. So this is
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be like what your character would choose. It could be what you would choose. I got
Okay.
to play this with Stephen Hagen and Rebecca Hansen from the show as
Okay.
well. And they were
Yeah.
like, you need to do this with him too.
You got it.
So would you rather visit Spain or Italy?
Italy.
Okay.
Do I need to explain why or no?
You
Just
don't have to. You can if you want to, but you totally don't have to.
I would say Italy because Um, first they have Sardinia, which is some of the most beautiful beaches that you could see in
Mhm.
Europe. And I do find the southern Italian food to be more refined than the Spanish food.
Mhm. Okay, that's a good answer. I personally
Yeah.
would love to visit Italy. I've never been to either, but it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Would you rather visit France or Ireland?
Right now, honestly, I'd do Ireland.
Okay.
I've been to France. I grew up there. And whenever I have time off and I go on vacation, like I want to discover
Mhm.
something new. So I'd love to see Ireland. Like
Yeah.
all that greenery, I'm like, oh my God,
Mhm.
I'd love
I
to
know,
lay
it's
on all that grass.
mhm. Would you rather eat at a Paris cafe or Irish pub?
Well, Paris Cafe.
Mhm.
That's yes,
Yeah.
because I don't drink, so I
Yeah.
feel like at the Irish pub just gonna be like Guinness and fish and chips, and so I'm gonna be like, that's I don't eat that. So at least Paris Cafe I could get a little espresso
Yep.
and something that is closer to my actual diet.
Uh-huh. Would you rather go to the Italian countryside or Spanish coastline?
Mm. I think I would do the Italian countryside
Mm,
still,
I
just
think
for
I
the
would too.
food.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
just for the
Yeah.
food and yeah, no.
Would you rather go on a gondola ride in Italy or attend a salsa dancing show in Spain?
I would do salsa dancing show in Spain.
Yeah,
Yes,
I feel
this
like that
feels
would be
more
so fun.
active.
Yes,
You
for
know, you
sure.
get to move, you get to dance, and salsa seems to be such a big part of the Spanish
Hmm.
culture that at least you get to experience the culture, whereas the gondola seems more like a tourist trap, if that makes sense.
Yes. No, I
So,
can totally see that too.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let me experience it.
Yes. Would you rather see a sunset in Santorini style Italy or a sunset in Spain?
I probably again Italy. Sorry,
Italy.
Spain, but I'd pick sunset in Santorini style Italy.
Yes, that would be my choice too. And
Yeah.
the last one for this game is would you rather have food from a French bakery or Italian gelato?
Wow. Ooh, I I gotta go with French bakery. I mean, what kind of French person would I be if I went with Italian gelato? I'd be like, my dad will disown me if I say Italian
Yes.
gelato. So, French bakery, French bakery.
Perfect answer. And the
Yeah.
last thing to wrap up this interview is what are three things that keep your heart full?
Um, you know, there's I'm not gonna get too deep into this, but living in the US, I it's while living in the United States that I learned the concept of being grateful.
Mhm.
It's not something that's anchored in the French culture. We like to criticize and we like to focus on what's not as opposed to what is. And it was a very, very foreign concept for me. And now that I've bathed into the American culture, um, I realized that finding little things to be grateful for every day makes my heart full, but also
Mhm.
makes life worth living, because as actors, we're in a business of waiting, where when's the next job?
Mhm.
And there's a lot of waiting around in between. And if you don't find pleasures on the days that you're not working, then there's a lot of
Yeah.
it's just life just goes by and just constantly unsatisfied, because it's like, well, I'm not working and I'm super happy where I work. So yeah, all the little joys that I cultivate in my day to day would keep my heart full.
Mhm.
I have two cats that definitely keep my heart full. When I go on vacation, I miss them,
Yes.
and they cause chaos into my house, but it's okay. We'll clean up. And honestly, my girlfriend's very good at cleaning after them. I don't. Um, and I think just yeah, the last thing would probably be on the top of my head. I would be like just friends and like the solid relationships I've
Mhm.
built,
Yes.
especially when you're away from home for so long. So you don't have your family. So like your friends become your
Mhm.
family, your lover becomes your family, and um being like finding people that love you for who you are and you can be 100% authentic with them. That feels good.
Mhm. Yes, finding those simple pleasures are, like, so important. I completely
Yeah.
agree.
So
Yeah.
simple pleasures, cats, good friends, and love relationship.
Yes. And before we end this, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, and my social media is just my first name. It's Julien. That's it, the one and
Perfect.
only. So at Julien, and yeah, you'll get a sneak peek on anything Hallmark that I'm involved. But also, you'll see my cats, you'll see my motorcycle, you'll see my breakfast, you'll see
Mhm.
my life.
Yes, a little glimpse into your life. And
Exactly.
you can find this interview on our YouTube channel at Heartful of Hallmark. Thank you so much, Julian, for joining me. I can't wait
Of
for
course.
people to see your episode that's featured
Yeah.
on Hallmark Plus. I hope everybody keeps their heart full of Hallmark.